mother pleading for her 11-year-old son to be reinstated in school after he was expelled for handling a gun. This happened in Michigan. Savitra McClurkin says her son took the gun from another student and was trying to help and protect his classmates. Having a background in hunting, that boy reportedly disarmed the weapon, threw the bullets away, but did not tell an adult. McClurkin said her son has never been in trouble before.
He didn't want to implicate himself in it, nor did he want to tell on the person that actually brought the firearm, because he knows firearms aren't supposed to be in school.
Well, his mother said the school district is setting him up for failure. The Lansing School District issuing a statement saying the state law left them with no choice. Police later arrested a 12-year-old boy in connection with that firearm. While mother pleading for...
And this is why we see a lot of people, not just children, but a lot of people saying they don't want to participate in society when it comes to being a productive member of society in terms of helping other people, right? We recently saw a stabbing on a train of a black man stabbing a white woman, and nobody on the train really did anything. And everyone was like, what? Why didn't anyone do anything? Because when you involve yourself and try to be a hero, you get painted as the villain. Here you have a kid. Let's think about this. You have a child who has a background in hunting. He goes to school. Somebody has a gun at school. He doesn't want to see anyone get killed. So he disarms the weapon. He makes it to where that weapon cannot be used anymore. And also, he doesn't want any problems with the other students. Now, here's something maybe the school administration and all their wisdom isn't thinking about. If this dude was able to get a gun from somebody, convince that child, hey, give me the gun. You shouldn't have a gun at school, bro. Let me see the gun. I'll take care of it. I'll disarm it so you don't have to do. And then you go about your business, blah, 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 blah. If a kid is going to bring a gun to school, an 11-year-old, he's 11. If a peer is going to bring a gun to school and he told on that kid, I don't know, Thomas brought a gun to school. Do you think in the back of that kid's mind, he might be thinking, if I tell on Thomas and Thomas brought a gun to school, I wonder if Thomas would, I don't know, maybe want to retaliate against me, right? He's bringing a gun to school. What if next time he brings a gun or a knife to school, he wants to get me because I told on him, right? I think that the school administration missed an opportunity to teach a child a valuable lesson, which is do the right thing. And although you may not get it 100%, like, okay, you didn't tell an administrator or whatever, but although you tried to do the right thing, that should be rewarded. But you expelling a student because they did not tell you about something, but they still were a hero, that makes no sense at all. That makes no sense at all. That's like if the student was like, hey, I'm going to go shoot somebody. And he punched him in the face, beat him up, but he didn't tell nobody about it. And then it's like, okay, you're getting expelled because you got in a fight at school. What are we talking about here? I feel like at a certain point, you have to use critical thinking. We have to use critical thinking to say, well, the law is saying this and that. That's going to follow this kid's record now. This kid is going to have that on his record. Why? Because he stopped a potential mass shooting? He stopped a shooting at school? What would you rather have happened? That child that brought the gun end up shooting somebody at the school, or you not being told after a weapon was disarmed? This is stupid. This is stupid. And this is why, I didn't understand it when I was a kid. I remember I went to my dad one time and there was one of my friends that were getting picked on at school. And I was telling my dad, because, I'd watched these Disney Channel movies and these movies on TV where you're supposed to stick up for your friends. So I was telling my dad, like, yeah, I'm going to stick up for him. Next time they pick on him, I'm going to stand up for him. And my dad was like, no, mind your own business. If they picking on him, you just mind your own business. The teachers will handle it. And I used to think, wow, that's messed up. That's messed up. How can you just watch somebody get picked on or watch something wrong happening and just not do anything about it? And what I realize now is that when you mind your business, you breeze past all the BS. You breeze past the BS. Why? Because when you're minding your business, there's little to no room for you to get in trouble trying to play hero. Like, for example, what happens when when a dude sees some dude hitting on a chick? He goes over there and tries to stop it. He's the one that ends up getting shot and killed. He's the one that ends up getting in a fight, while the dude that was beating on her, they humping and dumping the next day. Heroes finish last. Heroes typically finish last. Don't be a hero. That's the message that I'm taking away. That's what I'm going to teach my children. Don't be a hero. Do right. Like, don't involve yourself in negative things. If you can get out of a situation, get out of a situation. Don't put yourself in certain scenarios, but don't go out of your way to be a hero. Don't go out of your way to save somebody getting jumped. Don't go out of your way to save somebody when you feel like there's something going on. Move about your business. You don't want to be the hero in the news story. Oh, little Jimmy that's just who he was. He just wanted to help people. No, stay alive. And this is a prime example. This is a prime example. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, that this is racial. This is racial. Had this been a white kid that was at school and disarmed a gun and didn't tell a teacher about it, but still saved from a potential mass shooting or a potential shooting, he would have been hailed as a hero. And I'm not going to say that I disagree with that narrative. Because it makes no sense at all how you can get expelled from a school for simply not telling a teacher. You didn't go shoot the gun at nobody. You didn't bring the gun to school. You didn't do anything. You disarmed the gun so that it could not be used. Now, maybe we're not getting the full story. Maybe him and this other kid, they were in cahoots with bringing the gun, and then they almost got caught, and he disarmed it and threw it in the trash can and didn't tell nobody. Maybe they were in on it. Maybe there's more to the story. But if the story is there was a kid who brought a gun to school, and another kid saw the gun and was like, hey, let me disarm it so that nobody gets hurt. All right. To me, that's a completely different story. But if y'all sitting there like, oh, I found this gun at school, I found this gun over here, and y'all playing with it, boom, that's a different story. But I'm just disappointed at the faculty. I'm disappointed at the faculty if this is really what happened and the child was simply disarming a gun so that nobody would get hurt. You missed an opportunity. You missed an opportunity. And this is why people continuously say that black people are criminalized. Because there's no doubt in my mind that if this was a white child who had done the same thing, and again, I'm speaking of if he just disarmed a gun and stopped the shooting, he would be hailed as a national hero, especially by Republicans and conservatives. So this story needs more attention. We need to get down to the bottom of this and figure out exactly what happened, because something seems off. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you tap in. Appreciate y'all. Hit the subscribe button. My name is Fitz, and I'll see you in the next video.